Hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. You might not be able to hear yourself, but we can hear you.
It's all good. We're locked in. We're locked in now.
This might sound familiar.
All right, Ace, you ready?
We got some really good music playing right now.
We're here with the 10-foot player, provider of the intro beats.
This music's available for sale on iTunes. You can buy it.
Let me do this.
100.
Buy my shit.
Let's say
100 plays a day.
I can hear that shit. There we go.
There we go. We're also sitting down with, I don't want to get his name wrong. We're with Ace of Spade podcast.
What's that now? Hi.
There we
Welcome, Ace.
What's up, boys?
Explain your podcast and who you are.
Okay, first of all, it's a live internet radio show that also becomes a podcast. It's called Ace's Space Radio. It's on RadioValencia.fm every Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Please come and check it out. This week, I'm just kicking into season 3. My guests are going to be Rob Cavastani of Death Angel and my friend Farrah Fire, who's an artist, performer, porn star. Been around in the business for quite a while. Very, very nice lady. Super cool woman. Great artist. And, so she's done some X-rated films or whatever. You know, I happen to know a few X-rated porn star type people. And they're some of the nicest people I know.
Absolutely. Hashtag no judging. We love our adult performers, man.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. So, I want to tell you guys that I was listening to the earlier segment, and you guys are talking about door guy shit, and I'm also a door guy in this town, and I was just working at the Alchemist over Christmas, and sure enough, somebody shows up. These two young kids. One guy is barely over 21, like he was like maybe a month over 21, and his companion was probably. You know, he had an ID that said he was 19. And I'm like, you do realize this is a 21 and over establishment, right? Oh, man, can I just come in? I go, get the hell out of here. You cannot come into the bar. You're 19 years old, you know. And they were like all dejected, and they walk away, oh, man. It's like, come on. So, you know, the big guy, Fred, who was talking earlier, he said something very important that I agree with entirely, which is you have to have confidence at the door. You have to control the door. I think Gio was saying as well. You know, you have to be in charge and let people know you mean business. But that being said, it's not an ego thing. It really is not. It is about letting other people have a good time. But if I'm leaning on you, if I'm giving you a hard time, that means you are fucking up. And that means you get the fuck out of my bar. It's serious. I'm serious about that shit.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Because I don't get paid enough to work. So if I'm working, if I'm having to yell at you about something you're screwing up, that means I'm angry.
A lot of people these days, like, you don't remember me. I'm like, I really
no.
I only have room for the assholes now. Like, if I don't remember you, that means you're a nice person. You come in.
You're probably too mellow.
Have a good time and leave. Like, you don't fuck up. I just remember the assholes. That's all I got memory for now.
No, sadly, it does stand out, you know. And, you know, I was another gig I was doing recently was up in North Beach at a place called 15 Romolo. And these 4 very drunk girls are walking up the hill to the bar because you got to walk up a hill and it's a pretty steep incline, and you can see they're drunk, you know. And they were all really cute, you know. And I was like, oh wow, these cute girls are coming to the bar. Right on.
We call that the baby giraffe.
Right. That's funny. And one of the girls has a plastic cup which I can smell it, has booze in it. So she's already fucking up because you're drinking an open container in front of the bar. That's a $10,000 fucking fine.
Yeah, it's a shitty thing to do.
No, it's bullshit.
Threat to the business.
It's a direct threat to the business. And so, like, I had to explain. And then she didn't have ID, too. She's like, don't I look old enough? I don't care how fucking old you look. It means nothing.
I took a fake
it's like
ID.
an entrapment question.
Yeah, I've taken.
It is.
And if I answer this
ABC,
the wrong way, you're fucking up my job.
Exactly.
Bitch.
The ABC will tag your ass for that shit.
Yeah, I've taken fake IDs off motherfuckers that look 30. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
a fake ID. You look 30, bro. Like, you're not gonna age well. Like, you look.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't give a fuck what you look like.
I
man. You got an
agree,
ID
yeah.
or what, man?
We
Like,
got I work at Burners on Hate Street,
Oh,
the
Woo!
dispensary, and we take fake IDs like virginity on prom night, baby.
all day.
You know what I mean?
All
Like we
day.
are getting in there and getting them. Now the most common thing that happens is we take it, you know, and it's like, oh man, I go, you're not faking me out right now, are you? You know, super pretty chick. I go, you're not faking me right now, right? You wouldn't lie.
Oh,
You wouldn't
no,
lie.
not
You wouldn't.
at
No. I'm like, oh, you faking me. You know what I mean? I go, you're faking me. You know, the person who probably had the best chance, I go, look, I'm gonna just give you a super, you know, I'm being your friend right now. I'm not saying your ID's fake, but if it is, once my guard has a hold of it, it's his. He owns it.
Yeah.
You're not getting it back ever. You're
take
never
away
getting
those
it back
fucking fake
ever.
IDs.
And yeah, so we got a stack of these things, and people always try to argue it, and then we're like, you know, well,
It's not
okay,
an argument.
you know what? Maybe okay, we're gonna have a cop come here to verify that
Yeah.
that it's real to give it back to you. Right away, they beeline it. They're out. The second they hear cop, they're out.
Yeah. I've had some people actually call the cops trying to go that far. Like, we're calling 911. I'm like, you're going to call 911 to, like, what's your emergency? I took away your fake ID?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I gave it back to you, and you're like, you're wrong. So I'm like, oh, am I wrong? Then I take it. I'm like, okay, let me look at it again. Thank you. And they're like, oh, no, can I get that back? I'm like, I already gave it back once, man. Oh, it's mine now, bro. Like,
Yeah, I already gave it back
Yeah.
once, man.
like, fucking just go somewhere else. You know, they use
Just
them.
go somewhere else.
Most places take them. Like, just go to wherever you use them. Applebee's, whatever the fuck, Safeway. Just
That-
go
that-
back. Yeah, just go back there.
that
man.
hole in the
Like,
wall liquor
back-
store, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can
Like-
buy
like-
cigarettes over there, you buying this and that.
Yeah,
Go
just
do that.
go back
But
over
don't
there,
fucking come
man.
to
Trying to be as nice as I can about this.
yeah,
Like, you
don't
shot
come
your
to the
shot.
Louis Vuitton of cannabis
wanna hear
with
a
that
great-
bullshit.
Yeah.
You want to hear
right.
a great fake ID story? This
Sure.
is a true story. Happened to me. I was downstairs at the from where I live on 3rd and Geary, and I'm not shy about saying where I live. There used to be a bar called what do you call it? Anyway, it doesn't matter what the name of the bar was. This guy shows up and hands the ID in, and it's the ID of a friend of mine and another friend of ours who was a bartender at a bar around the corner on Clement Street. And it's like, this, first of all, this picture doesn't look a goddamn thing like you. And second of all, I know who this guy is. He's
That's
a
the best.
dear friend of mine. What the fuck are you doing with his ID? And he's all, I go, get the fuck out of here with it.
and you
Tried to hand that shit in like it was his.
so you had to punk him for your buddy's ID, and you
Get
got
the-
your
yeah, give me that shit.
Your friend got his ID back.
Now get the fuck out of here before I call 911.
That's a superhero. That's a
true
superhero.
story. And he tried for a minute there. He actually tried to argue it.
Fighting
What are you
evil.
thinking?
Yeah.
Fighting against evil.
Yeah, man.
I
So
love
working
it. I
the
love
door
it.
is a
Yeah.
thankless but
Oh.
necessary job.
People be like, I lost weight. Like, yeah, and 6 inches off your height. How the fuck? Your ID says you're 6'1", man. You're like
Yeah.
5'6". What are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about? You lost weight.
Yeah, get the fuck
I
out of here.
lost
with
weight.
that shit. Yeah, it's I wrote an article for brokeassstewart.com.
Sure.
And it's all about experiences that I had while working at the door. And I have 101. Another time, some people came into 15 Romolo and started pouring their own drinks into their own cups at the table.
They're like, what's the problem?
their own bottles?
What's
Yes!
wrong? They're like,
And
what's
it's
what?
Yeah,
Like,
what? And then I said, I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave. He goes, what? I'm not leaving. And I'm like, you're leaving the
that's
hard
fucked
way
up.
or the easy way?
That's
But
fucked
you're
up.
leaving.
It's
you know?
fucked up. I ordered the Sprite here, bro. I paid for the Sprite.
They didn't
Like,
even
what the
order any
fuck?
drinks.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck, man? Like,
This
bro,
is a
like-
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what do
we
you-
are in the business of selling alcohol, and you are drinking your own. First of all, who does that?
Everybody.
Get the fuck out. Yeah, but not in public.
Including-
You go into the
including me.
bathroom, you have a
Including me.
fucking.
Or
Yeah,
Pre-game
be
a little
smart
bit.
about it.
pregame.
Pre-game. Exactly. You do not do that in the open.
I had a girl bring in like 30 shooters in. They're like, we're not going to drink them in here. I was like, oh, of course not.
No.
of course not. Get the fuck out of
Seriously?
here, man. Like, you got 30 shooters in your purse, man. What are you talking about? On a Friday night.
You're just here to dance.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We have that problem at my bar a lot. So when we
Yeah.
empty out the bar at 2:30 in the morning, we'll find like literally fifths all over the back fucking
Oh,
of
yeah.
the house of people brought in. And it's not because our door guy's doing a bad job. It's just we don't wand people. We don't actually feel people. When
Yeah.
I worked in Vegas, we would wand you and
I
we would
hate
touch
that.
your body.
Yeah, I don't like touching people.
Well,
so.
you got to listen. We were at some of the
in certain intimate situations.
at some of the venues I've worked at, we had to wand people because you would go into
Yeah.
a building where there's no exit.
Yeah.
You're up at the top of a VIP lounge. It's 70 floors up.
Yeah.
And are you going to jump out the window when someone pulls out a machete or an AK? No, you're not.
Or a fifth of vodka thrown across the room.
Right. You start I've been in that fight. I think you've heard that story. But so my point is sometimes it's necessary as a door guy to actually touch pockets and wand
Yeah, I've
to
had
keep
to,
people safe.
but I prefer not to.
Because you never know what's going on about right now. You know, I mean, think about the environment we're living in.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very scary.
You have a trauma kit, bro?
The trauma kit for the fucking
So I do.
I keep-
stolen valor fuck. You know?
I keep one up my
One of
ass.
those motherfuckers. He's a
Yeah,
stolen valor in the mall fucker.
Bro, and his gear...
Cutting old ladies in line.
His gear is
Right?
straight up liquor store security gear. It's just like security. He's got
Security.
security 4 times on his body. Like, we get it, bro. You're
Yeah,
security.
you're security.
We
Yeah,
get it, dude.
yeah. Your beanie says security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking
know?
door dad.
Yep, at home, you
motherfucker.
probably have a security blanket. You know what I
Fucking funny.
mean? Yeah, like that.
I heard that. Yeah.
Taishe.
Yeah.
Ty
Don't-
Shay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the dude a security blanket and send it to him. A little embroidery,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
nice black blanket
He's
for
that,
a little
that's
blankie.
stolen valor
Unfortunately,
fake
some places
fuck.
make you wear that shit, but like
Dude,
I tried
no.
not to ever.
He's the
Like-
perpetrator, the door guy imitator.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You're right. Out here, I can only speak for out here. Nobody wants you dressed like that out here at
It's
a
like a
club.
McDonald's
They
uniform. You don't want to wear that shit.
Door
you know?
guy
like-
imitator.
Nah, we're at a club. You got to be a little hip.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. Like, you get to work
I like
a
to
cool
dress up.
party.
I dress in a suit and tie almost
Man.
always,
Like
and
you're
that
working a
that
nice
automatically will gain me some respect at the door. Some.
But honestly, Ace is one of the well-dressed men I've ever met in my life.
Now you're embarrassing.
This
me.
is true.
Telling you the truth, I've never seen him without a scarf, leather jacket, and a button-up shirt.
When you walk through the door, I was like, "Who's this rock star? Like, who is this guy?" As
I
soon
just
as you walk through
I
the
just
door,
do
I'm like,
I just do a TV show and a podcast, man. That's all I do.
and
So
work
I
the
want to
door.
encourage people
Got like
actually.
a John
if you're
Lennon
listening
thing
to
going
this,
on, kind of.
if you're listening to this, go to realitychecktv.com. Visit our website. Visit RadioValencia.fm, and listen to Ace of Space Radio 4 to 6 p.m. every Saturday.
Go there.
You know,
Do
this, like I said earlier, this Saturday is a good show. Rob Cavastani from Death Angel and Farrah Fire, artist and porn star. Great.
I want to
lady.
meet her.
I know. I feel like
She's a really cool chick, actually. She showed up at a birthday party of mine in New York City, actually, and I was very flattered. Like, you know, anytime anybody shows up at anything that I do, I'm happy about it. So, and I didn't expect her. She didn't tell me that she was coming. And my friend Abby owns a great bar in Lower Manhattan, and it's called Lucky on Avenue B. And it's a great little kind of hole-in-the-wall bar. And, you know, so it's not a well-known spot. It's kind of private in a way. And she showed up, and I was really thrilled. And we've been, good friends for a
bless
long
her.
time. So she's going to be on the show, and I'm interested to find out, because she also is a singer and artist and whatnot. And she paints and all kinds of cool shit. So we're going to find out all about what she does. And for those of you who don't know who Death Angel is, I don't know, you've been living under a fucking rock for the last 30 years, 40 years almost. Because Death Angel has been one of the most popular Bay Area thrash metal bands in the world.
Yeah.
And they just did a big show with Testament and Exodus at the Fox. And they're going to be on a tour called The Bass Strikes Back, which has been postponed a couple of times. And they're going to go all across the United States and probably back over to Europe as well.
Sweet.
They were touring in Europe right before the pandemic hit, and the drummer from Death Angel, was one of the first people to catch COVID really bad. He was in a coma for almost 2 weeks and nearly died. So this is no joke, people.
God,
Shout out Death Angel.
Yeah.
I know.
Huge,
The drummer.
huge shout out to my boy Dan Kenny. He's the bassist for Suicide Silence. That's a huge metal band.
I know those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Kenny is probably one of the best people I know.
Yeah. Good man.
Love it. Love it. What's the
Godspeed on the COVID recovery.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What's the porn star's name again?
Farrah Fire.
Fair Fire.
Let's go.
Farrah Fire.
Farrah Fire, man.
Farrah Fire.
I'm rubbing one out to you
She's
tonight.
a super
Farrah.
cool woman, man. You know.
You know,
Of course, she's cute as hell.
I personally choose Pornhub because I don't like to pay for stuff.
Nobody does.
You know what I mean?
RedTube.
I get a free one out real quick in under 3 minutes. You know what I mean? I get a free one out.
Pornhub.
Knock one
Steady
back.
the ship.
You know.
Gotta steady the ship before work sometimes.
Sometimes you need a Scooby snack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's this girl that I used to talk to. She's actually on there. She's a star, one of those type of stars or whatever, right?
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, this girl's like probably everything you would want in a woman, young beautiful black woman.
Nice.
But not right in the head at all. All
Oh,
bad,
shit.
all bad, scary.
Surprised I
You know
haven't
what
dated
mean?
her yet.
That's too bad.
Yeah, so I was.
It happens.
I was banging them out, raw dogging it, and in the middle of it, she's already telling me, "Oh, come in me," and I'm like,
No.
I had this flash in my head of like, she gets pregnant, her going, squeezing the kid out. Oh, we got the kid. Oh, and then her being a bitch later, and then getting fucking fat and ugly, and I just had this horrible life, and I was stuck with this broad, and I seen all of that in like 5 seconds. I just stopped
Foresight.
in the middle of it. I stopped. I stopped, and this girl was calling me for a month, probably a month. Just wouldn't stop calling me, and I guess girls like to be treated like shit, whatever it is. I wasn't trying to do that, but she legitimately scared me. Scared me off for sure.
bitches. Some bitches are crazy. I have one porn star story. When I was a young man in Vegas, I dated a girl named Ashley Babb, and
Oh yeah.
her
I'd
porn
fuck her.
star
No,
name.
just kidding.
No, I'll tell you what. Her porn star name was Buffy Van Norton. You could look it
I
up.
definitely-
It's online.
Mine is Summer
Just kidding.
Isabella.
Summer Isabella. Okay,
Summer Isabella.
so there you go. So I literally, like probably a lot like yourself, dated a porn star for at least almost a year, and her name was Buffy Van Norton. And honestly, she used to strip at the Spearmint Rhino. She did all that, and she was a very good woman to me. And she showed me some shit I could
Buffy
never learn
Van
from
Norton?
Buffy Van Norton. She has a Hustler cover on with Hustler. Yeah,
I'd rather have Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I think she was going off of that because she looks a lot like her.
Yeah, I was definitely into Buffy the Vampire Slayer when it came out. She was cool.
Love that shit.
But so that was the most fun I probably had in my life.
Her name was Buffy.
Fucking and cocaine. Fucking and cocaine.
Oh man.
There's a
It could be a good time.
a really hot porn star that I know well who have had on my show. Her name is Dresden, and she lives here in California actually, and she's so fucking hot. Not like big old fake titties and Botox and shit. She's just this super smart, super cute, very intense woman. You should check her out on Twitter at Dresden333. Super hot. I've had her on my show. She's
big
really great.
on,
Kiki Dare is another one. Kiki Dare's been on my show. Yeah,
Kiki Dares.
I'm big on
Kiki
feet.
Dare. She's old school.
Oh, you have
She's
a
an
foot fetish?
avian.
Yeah,
Kiki
yeah.
Dare is an avian Hall of Famer. And
We're opening up
a very dear friend of mine.
10 foot definitely has a foot fetish. I got a foot fetish. I got a couple
fetish.
requirements. Usually, I prefer if not the big thumb toe, but the one next to the big thumb toe. I prefer it if it's longer than the thumb toe.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
I
Straight
like
from
this.
the 10-foot player.
I just think it's pretty. You know what I mean? I want the toes to be pretty. You know, I don't
appreciate the
necessarily
honesty,
need to put the
man.
things in my mouth or nothing like that, but.
Oh no, let's not start.
You know,
Oh, no,
it's
of
just
course
like,
not. Let's not
and
start
then
talking crazy.
also,
Let's not start
also,
talking crazy.
it goes hand in hand with hands and feet. You know what I mean? I want nice feet, but I also want nice hands. I don't want man hands. I don't want a man's hand to touch my dick.
You don't want to be jerked
You know
off
what- you
by
know
a
what I
big
mean?
guy.
It's just not what I'm in. It's just not what I'm into. It's not what I'm into. So, I prefer
On this
their hands to
episode,
look little and
10-foot player.
nice. You know, nice girl hands, feminine.
It's fair.
I like girl, but what I don't like is those big old fucking gnarly nails. Like, get that shit out
Oh,
of here.
this long?
No, no, no. I hate that.
That is pretty ridiculous. A lot of it's impractical is
It's
what
impractical
it is.
and it's annoying.
Because
And chicks
That's
chicks
the
who
key.
walk on those little sticks that are, for eels, that shit don't work, man. If you're drunk, you ain't walking on that shit. Come on now. Be practical. We're a solid here.
The message.
Keeping it real on the Door Guy Show, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Also, listen, I know we've been talking a lot about the service, but I want to put my boy on blast because he came out to support us tonight. The 10-foot player is the wolf of Hate Street. He's one of the best bud tenders in the world. And
in the world, that is a fact.
That is a fact, but
a
I'm
fact.
only going to
I appreciate that.
say
I
it that
appreciate
way
that, though.
because I don't want to go gangster on the podcast because this motherfucker's the real deal. Sorry for tapping it, Russ.
Stop pounding the
might
damn
get
table,
It's
dude.
going to be a
So
tap.
anyway, I
tap
just wanted
show.
to talk. I wanted to tap into Russ to my boy, the 10-foot player, for 1 minute, and just get some stories because I know this cat. I work on the same street that he works at, and he is the legend. So I want to hear from him.
I'm
Where
talking.
do you
Let me
work,
ask
by
you
the
this.
way? Where do you work at?
I work at Burners on Hate
Where's that?
on Hate Street. It's 1685 Hate Street, right
All right.
across the street from Goodwill.
Oh,
How-
okay.
how
Right
long-
across the street from that Goodwill
How
that's
have I
on the
not
corner.
been in that place?
Well, it's you might notice it now. The building is bright blue. Like they painted that little square. So Cookies has its own like
Yeah.
color, a blue or whatever. It's like
Oh, okay.
a teal baby blue thing.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So yeah, I know the joint.
But yeah, if
I just
you,
have not- I
you
have
come
not
by and
shopped
see
in
me, I got you on discount
Thanks, brother.
for sure.
And
They got the
I
OG
dig,
Bobby
I dig
Hill
the
here.
cookies. For those of you at home, you can't see this. He's wearing the red cookies, red cookies logo with the red hat and black. I mean, that is a classic combination. Red and black never fails.
yeah, no,
Listen,
Fuck yeah.
I like jeans and hooded sweatshirts and hats. And my sunglasses are from a gas station. They cost less than $10. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
Yeah, totally.
That's how I'm
Right.
rolling. And with as far as the rap shit, no matter however, how big you ever see me get with this shit, or however far I take it, you're still gonna see me in a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt and a hat. Like, I'll
That's
still
what you
keep
do.
it this exactly the same, dude.
But at least you're coordinated, because I see motherfuckers that wear like 17 different colors that don't match.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I like some simplicity and matching. I like the hat matching.
It has to
the
work.
outfit. I usually like black jeans.
Yeah.
one
like-
more
Basic
Yeah.
black
one more
jeans
quick
never.
drop.
never
I have to say it because he's my boy. 2022. Ty Shay's dropping a new album, The 10-Foot Player. Look out for it.
It's gonna be I'm gonna try to call it the Wolf of Hate Street. I'm working
That's a
on it
good
right
title.
now.
Go with that.
Yeah, we're going with the because I see myself as like a Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean?
Love that fucking
but
movie.
This is the weed version. I got a couple.
So is this like hip hop R&B?
Yeah, it's like it's definitely rap for sure.
It's the truth.
I've been compared to Little Dicky. Like that's the one I get the most. They go, "Oh, you're funny. You're like Little Dicky."
I was gonna say,
But he's not a joke.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is though?
No, I don't know. Who
Okay. So Little Dicky, just to clear this up real quick, Little Dicky is a very popular white rapper. His little gimmick is he's like a Jewish dude with nice head of curly hair about out here,
Uh-huh.
with a beard. And his gimmick is that he has a small dick and he's like nerdy. but this guy can rhyme good. And it's, so the shit that he's talking about, it's kind of fucking
Hey,
funny.
look at Eminem. That motherfucker can rhyme, or the Beastie Boys.
So Beastie Boys were cool as fuck. Eminem, cool as fuck. Both of them had funny stuff. Little Dicky, he's not smooth. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Not
Like,
understood.
yeah, he's not smooth. You know, I'm never gonna be like, I want to be like Little Dicky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta
I mean,
listen
other
to
than-
the Bobby Hill and the fucking tent.
Other than
100
other
plays a
than,
day.
you know, he's very popular. I like his show. It's a comedy show. He's good. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's who I get compared
So
to.
he's playing it for a little bit for the comedy.
He's doing for the comedy,
That's cool.
and I
But you're not. You're real.
I mean, a lot of my shit, I got a lot of punchlines. You know, I got some lines in there that are definitely comedy,
Okay.
for sure.
Well,
you know, so
fucking
like
life
when
is
people
comedy, but-
compare me to him, I'm like, I could see it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I'm different than him. Obviously, I'm a white
You're-
kid that
you're-
wears gold teeth.
Yeah, you're totally different than
You
him.
know?
And I don't want to. I mean, I worked his party at Ruby Sky. Very nice dude. I don't want to talk about his music. I'm not the biggest fan of his music, but he's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he's
In
a nice
person.
dude.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
I would honestly hope to
But
be
for them-
on a song with Little Dicky.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo,
for
it's me
them,
and
like
Lil
comparing
Dick.
you to him, like, no, man, no, that's no.
10-foot player's the unicorn.
So, fuck, as far as stories for me, like, what? For,
What,
like,
bud tending? How long you been bud
weed?
tending?
Shit, I've been bud tending. What? When was I? What?
Well, if
You mean
tending?
slanging or
Well,
bud
because
tending?
bud
I mean,
tending,
well,
bud tending. I mean,
bud
because
tending.
it's like-
let's stick with the first one.
Yeah.
Bud tending, probably like 2016
Okay.
or 17 for sure. I started writing that song 100 Plays in 2017.
Okay.
For sure, working at a cannabis club.
Love
I've
that song.
always. I guess I started selling weed because I kind of started overnight because one of my buddies some of them were already plugged in, and one of them wanted to stop doing it. He was annoyed with getting phone calls and drop-offs, and me, I was like, this sounded like a great fantasy. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm down to do this. You know, I will not get mad at
Telling you,
people
the modern
calling
world,
me. You know what I mean?
anybody-
Like that, right? So overnight, I basically, grabbed an ounce, and my buddy told all of his customers to then call me. So overnight, I was in the game, and I never really ever stopped. There were times where I wasn't making money. All you're doing is smoking. What are you doing? But I just kept going and did not stop. And it got to a point where my life was like a poker game with marijuana, right? And I literally just went all in, like weed. and I ended up. So I ended up got hired at that club. That club got shut down. I ended up working for a wax guy, found out how to make concentrates, did that, trafficked it down south. Got out of that, was quality control manager of Indica Delivery. And then eventually this guy that I'm a huge fan of, this guy Burner, this is his clothing company, Cookies, this rapper from San Francisco, Burner. I ended up in a back room after the Cookies corporate interviews. I ended up in a back room with him, and he's shaking my hand saying, "You're hired," A lot of manifest destiny, a lot of believing in myself. So that's where my music's coming from with this, because the whole time I've been myself, and I just bet on myself.
I love it.
I didn't sign to anybody. I'm not signing to anybody.
Fuck yeah.
If I blow
So how
up,
are you putting out the product?
I
are you gonna
fucking
have
love you,
physical product
Ty.
I
for
got
this?
it on iTunes. It's for sale on iTunes.
So it's digital
yeah,
downloads
it's on all platforms.
Right.
People don't really mess with the CDs anymore. I would like to print up some CDs just for the
You
fuck
really
of it.
should if you're gonna perform.
Just for the fuck of it, just
And
because
t-shirts.
CDs are dope, and
Yep.
I got some merch going too.
And
Merch is
vinyl.
I mean,
Dude,
look,
vinyl.
Yeah.
Vinyl's big, man.
the traveling
Up
barkeep
700%.
is going to chime in. I just had 4 shots, but I'm going to say this. I own a very nice car, and I've never put anything in my life when I bought a car on it. But right now, my bumper sticker says 10-foot player. Because motherfuckers
What about
need to
Radio
know
Valencia?
what's going on. Like, this guy's jumping.
I appreciate it.
I don't
appreciate it.
own a car, but this is gonna go on the next bus I fucking get on.
I'm just telling you. I sat with this cat. We hung out. My son loves his music.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm putting that motherfucker on the middle of the back.
We just love people doing their own thing, man.
We're supporting artists.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
love.
wouldn't say that I'm like the best rapper or anything like that. I'm definitely not an Eminem. I'm not some lyrical giant, but I'm funny and I talk shit.
And he's good at it.
And I'm real. I talk shit, and I think that who I am in real life, besides music, is what really makes me special in music.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Be yourself.
I'm being myself. Whereas I shout out to Eminem. I love the guy, but he was flipping burgers. Dreaming about being a rapper. You know what I mean? I'm flipping packs. I sell dank. That's what I do.
Ty Shea was a boss before he ever became a rapper.
Yeah. I'm in the boss's circle. It took a long time to get in there, you know what I mean? And it's something that you don't just get out of. I can't ever see myself leaving doing what I'm doing. I mean, I would have to be rich, legitimately. I guess that's the end game. That's the goal, is to not have to worry about money or your bills, right? Everybody worries about that, right? So That's my goal, is to try to not worry about that.
American dream.
There we go, man. 10-foot player, everybody.
Right on.
Get his music. Amazing
Wolf
dude.
of Hate Street.
The Wolf of Hate Street. I like that. That's fucking good.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Use that title.
Just
Absolutely.
a good
Sketchy, bro.
Just a good looking motherfucker sharing the facts. I look like Leonardo DiCaprio wearing a hat. My style's like Jim Carrey when he's wearing a mask, bouncing off the walls, and bitch, I'm having a blast. I'ma have all my haters talking their trash, cause I'm about to make $1 million off of a rap.
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
10-foot player.
Wow.
Let's
Man.
fucking go.
All right, who should we shout out? Our sponsors, at That Bouncer Guy, at The Blue Light, at Cookies,
At the
10-foot
Blue
player.
Light, at the Traveling Barkeep, at the Door Guy.
Man,
Fresca.
And shout out
Fresca.
Vedius TV. Shout out my #1 fan, the little guy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Yep.
Vedius.
man, everybody, we love you.
Vedius
shout
TV
out
is
to,
his biggest fan.
Yeah, and a shout out to
There we
RadioValencia.fm
go.
and RealityCheckTV.com. Reality Check TV's on hiatus right now. Just a lot of people have been asking me, like, are you doing anything? Because of COVID, we cannot go backstage to do our interviews. And that's one of the downsides of this whole bullshit thing, because artists are limiting their contact with the public in general. Our whole trip was we go to the show, we capture the event, and then we interview the artist either before or after the show. Well, that shit ain't happening now. Like, nobody's inviting you backstage. Everybody's paranoid about COVID, rightly so.
Yeah.
So, right now we've only done, like, maybe in the last 2 years, we've probably done 2 episodes or something like that. We're kind of stuck around 740-something episodes. At some point, we want to hit 750. We are celebrating, technically, our 30th anniversary. And we did get recognized, I got to say this, we got recognized by both houses of the California legislature. I'm very flattered by, our local assemblyman, Phil Ting, and our local state senator, Scott Wiener. Took very good care of us, and I have 2 citations on my walls at home, on my wall of shame.
I've seen him.
Yep.
I'm down with Wiener.
Yeah. He's a very nice man.
I'm down
actually.
with him, dude.
Yeah, and he takes care of business. He is the
Wiener is taking care of business.
He is the most effective legislator in Sacramento, bar none. He's got more bills passed than any legislator in both houses of the state legislature. Period. He is the man. And previously he was a San Francisco supervisor, so I have a long-time relationship. And I call him a friend. He also helped me out during the pandemic. Get my both Phil Ting and Scott Wiener helped me get my funds unfrozen from the EDD because I couldn't get my unemployment and shit. So I want to give a shout out to Phil Ting and Scott Wiener. And we're getting our photo taken here as we're doing this.
Shout out Wiener. Dick drives this car, not pussy.
True that. True that.
So, yeah, man. RadioValencia.fm this Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Ace of Space Radio.
Ace of Space.
Tune in.
Thank you so
I'ma
much for
say
sitting
this.
down with us, guys.
Door Guy Show.
He's
Fuck
got
yeah.
a great radio voice.
He does.
A great
Thank you very
radio
much.
voice.
You got a great rapping voice.
I have a face for
Couple times
radio.
I was-
A lot of
man.
people told me I got a
times I was
face for
closing
radio.
my eyes. I was like, this is literally like I'm listening to the radio when he was talking.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
you
radio.
sound amazing.
I've been
30 years in the game.
30 years in the game, man. Yeah.
It shows.
Love
shows
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Love it,
So
guys.
hopefully I'll have Gino, and maybe we'll flip.
We
the
were
script.
hoping to be on it.
Yeah, you guys should come into the studio and hang out.
Let me know.
Yeah, man.
Or
Absolutely
interview
fun.
me.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
So
I'll tell you how it is
So,
to be
hey,
a
to
fucking
get-
asshole.
To get like one of my songs on the radio, I need to make a clean version of it, right?
No. On Radio Valencia, we're completely uncensored. So just like
oh,
this
that's
thing.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Send your go to radiovalencia.fm. There's contact information about where to, who to talk to. I don't do rap on my show particularly. I do rock and roll.
I feel
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't send it in. There are other shows that will.
Maybe this is the
ha-
game changer.
Maybe
Yeah.
This is the game.
Yeah, you got to bring on the fucking OG.
This
Yeah.
is the time.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
need a little bit of help.
because
you know, what I mean? Not that
Radio
much.
Valencia in general wants to support the local community.
Absolutely.
So we definitely will have you on. There's a show that fits your style for sure. It may not be my show particularly, but
All
you're welcome
good.
to come and hang out anytime.
We can hang out.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
Yeah,
Appreciate the advice.
no
for sure.
problem, man.
Yeah,
And
appreciate you
best
guys.
best of luck with your career, sir.
Yeah,
I
we're
hope
gonna see-
I hope
we're gonna
things
see
work
where
out
it-
for
we're
you.
gonna see where it goes. We're gonna see. Hopefully
all the way up.
Hopefully I end up, living the dream. In the back, VIP. There's chicks up there with really big rap video booties. You know what I mean? And they all like me. They all like me not because they think I'm, a great person, or they just like me because they like my music. I'm like, I want groupies. My bad. I would love that. You know what I mean? A little bit of groupies, a lot of money, just a
Hashtag-
lot of
Trust me,
dank.
groupies are
Hashtag
good.
no judging.
If I get money like
I've
that,
had some-
I'm
I've
driving
had
up
some
Haight
groupies,
Street
for
throwing
sure.
bags of weed out at people. You know what I mean? We're wasting
love
it to
it,
taste
man.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. You guys, thanks for sitting down, man.
No
It's all
problema.
love. Here we go. Door Guy Show.
Cheers.
We're debating the after hours.
After hours time.